Welcome back, everybody. Comics and Cold Ones, episode 14. Coming at you live tonight with my buddy, Pope Grimy, as always.
What's up, guys? What's up, comic book community?
And also with us, as you may see, there is a third member tonight. I would like to welcome the legend, the man himself, G-Pap.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, Pat. What's up?
What's up, man?
Thanks for being with us, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, man.
Fun. I've been wanting to be on since I started watching.
Since Beer won.
Since Beer won, long time watcher, first time honor.
Well, we appreciate you and the support that you have given the channel and everything, man. I've talked to you several times off air and whatnot, so I'm glad to have you on with us, of course. I will tell you guys tonight. I'm getting to the bottom of the barrel around the house lately with the beers. I had to break out some Smirnoff Ice raspberry.
Getting fancy tonight.
The champagne of what the fucks.
This is top of the notch. Now there's a story. You'll see that a lot of it's missing. So what happened is last week, if you guys remember, in the chat, my good friend Carson C. Woodard, he's in the chat already. Hey, what's up, man? He has suggested to me that I mix my Bud Light Orange and my Sam Adams together in a glass. So I did, and about halfway through this raspberry Smirnoff into my glass with my beer, I realized, shit, that's not Bud Light Orange. Yeah, we're gonna see how this tastes tonight. I already got some in there, so I got to deal with it.
You got some delicious swamp water. Love it.
Yeah. And a little side note, raspberry is my least favorite flavor in all the land. So
but we're just going to work through it tonight. We're just going to make it through.
Oh, gosh.
I'm having some lemonade and non-alcoholic vodka. It's just water. Just water and lemon.
I love lemonade, personally. I like it better with vodka. I think that UV Blue, I think that's pretty popular.
D. Wood said next week it's going to be Mad Dog.
You know, anything's possible around here.
Mad Dog. Holy crap.
So I got your package today, JP.
Oh, sweet. I was hoping it would arrive in time. Perfect.
Yeah, it just got here today, so I was pumped. I don't remember the Babe #1. I don't remember that, but it's an interesting book. I'm looking forward to getting into that.
Sometimes I just know shit in a box.
This I've never heard of in my life. I don't know anything. I know very little about the Zenescope other than Grim Fairy Tale. So very nice cover there, but boom, this is what it's about.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Old Bill Sienkiewicz, Dazzler #1. I went to my local shop, and of course, all I had was the regular, and JP was nice enough to say, I gotcha. So thank you very much for that, sir.
You're very welcome, man.
Yeah.
I also have one for you as well, Sean. So it's just in my pile of
the other Sean.
Yes. Sean squared tonight. Sorry.
Sean.
Sienkiewicz, though, man, like he's getting a lot of activity lately, but this is a guy, he changed the game. His artwork, boom, lit it on fire.
He's definitely like I don't know. I think he's just like a really unique style compared to. I mean, some of his stuff was really out there, in my opinion. Some of the Electra stuff was just like, but
yeah, he's to me, it's like if Steranko and Alex Ross had a baby, that's you'd get Bill Sienkiewicz, and Bill Sienkiewicz like inspired so many other artists, like like David Mack, who is also has that painted style that's not quite the Lotto illustrated, but who's another Middleton's another one who would be inspired by Bill Sienkiewicz.
Well, especially if you look at like I mean the NYX #3 cover, obviously that's very anyway, he's very in the vein there. So
yeah, for sure.
Some of his newer stuff with the B covers for DC isn't quite as artistic. Would that be a good way to
yeah, what is the one that I most I think this one here. Batman Kings of Fear #1. See, that's quite the different cover than this one. I prefer this style.
That's a Sienkiewicz cover as well, the Batman?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that really is a contrasting style, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. But I have not read this yet. I'm not a huge DC guy, but going to give some things a try.
But it's Batman.
It's Batman. How can you not like him? Everyone Batman.
So, well, I didn't get to read a ton this week. I did read one book that I'll talk about in a little bit, kind of segues into something else. But I know, Pope, you probably got a shit ton to talk about tonight, and maybe you as well, GPAP, if you got anything awesome off the streets on any new releases you got this week that you read.
Mm-hmm. I haven't got nothing for me came out this week. Last week was Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
was that last week? Yeah,
week before. I don't know. It all runs together.
So, yeah, so that was the last. So I have at my shop Extinction #2 to pick up and read. I haven't gotten that, but
how was the first one?
The first one was good. It was really good. I'm a sucker for event books, and it doesn't take a whole lot to impress me. I'm just like, give me something that's fun, and this feels fun right off the bat. Without any spoilers, we're going to get some reintroduction to characters. We're seeing some villains we haven't seen in a long time, and we're getting some minor changes, minor team-up changes. You can see them, like how they're see from a distance how they're going to be setting up the X-Men, and I think that they're going to set up the X-Men to basically reunite the new 50 or the new 52, the X-Men, the new 52 X-Men. No, they're the new X-Men. Cockrum and is starting with issue 94 and Giant Size X-Men. That team. So that's where I see them going. So that's cool. And Vietnam. Venom. Vietnam. Yeah, I'm waiting to get into that as well.
What about some Spider-Geddon? You feeling that?
No. I've never been a Spider-Man fan. Like, I like Spider-Man's villains, and that's what's always drawn me to Spider-Man. But as far as reading any of his ongoings or titles, I was just like, no. Only time I think the most recent Spider-Man book that I bought probably would have been like the first Silk when it came out, and it was only because of Silk. I didn't care about the story. I remember picking up Superior Spider-Man. That was pretty good.
I love the Superior Spider-Man. That's what got me loving Spider-Man. Like, I'm a big villain fan too, so I mean, like, if I picked up like a Spider-Man book, it was either because it was like a key issue, or mainly I picked them up because I loved the Hobgoblin and like Mysterio and shit like that. Thought those were interesting characters. But when I love the Superior Spider-Man. I love the idea that like Dr. Octopus kind of like took over his body.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping that was going to stick for a long time, because I was like, that's a Spider-Man I can get behind.
Yeah. The build up to issue 700 Amazing Spider-Man was kind of it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I don't know. Spider-Verse was awesome. Let's see what it said. I didn't read Spider-Verse. Regrettably.
Today I saw the cover coming out end of next month by Enyaq Lee that's doing the Spider-Geddon cover. That looks pretty freaking sick. Like, as far as collecting covers or whatever, I definitely would put that on my radar for all you speculators. But anyways, it's a pretty badass cover. I don't know if it's a store exclusive or what. I didn't look at the details, but if you guys in the chat are into Spider-Geddon, you might want to hit that up. He does good work.
I'll say like I only had a chance to read Justice League Dark 2 because I've been busy as shit. But I mean, it's a really good story. I picked up both covers, and you guys are gonna have to forgive me because I'm using like my college laptop and it's kind of a POS, and I'm in a new venue until I get into my house. So, like, I hope everything's coming across okay.
Yeah, it looks good, man.
That's nice.
But I mean, like, the storyline's great, man. Like, I don't want to ruin it, but like, magic is like Zatanna can't use her magic. It keeps backfiring on her, and like, there's something like really wrong with like the world of magic. And in issue number 2, they found out why it's fucked up, and it's it's pretty sweet. And even though you don't see him on here, my boy Constantine is in the book. So Constantine is being Constantine. He's kind of standing in the shadows, smoking his cigarettes, you know, talking to Swamp Thing. So like Constantine is definitely moving some pieces on the board without ruining anything. Like this is a pretty awesome issue. And so I'd probably give it four beers. 4 beers.
4 beers and all cheers. Good deal.
Nice.
I'll drink a raspberry swig for that.
Clinky.
Oh man, yeah. I need to. I mean, I have so much stuff to catch up on if I ever receive my books. Ever.
Dude, I'm so sorry. It's just like I feel like
It'll be like old hat, you know. By the time
you're like 5 shows ago, I ordered some books from my LC.
Yeah, it's whatever. But you know, I have a lot of things I want. I mean, a few things I want to talk about that I'm excited about tonight. Some TV shows coming out, some comics I read, some. You know, September is upon us. It's a brand new month starting tomorrow, I believe. Maybe it already is in some places, Kyle Walker's world. So, but yeah, I want you to show off your books, whatever you guys want to talk about tonight, whatever you guys want to show off. I know you picked up quite a few things there, Mr. Popester.
Yeah, I got a lot of things. Some of the things I like ordered are like from the previous week because I was waiting on Midtown.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't had a chance to read them yet, but it's the X-23 number 2, which I think is a pretty cool cover with the cuckoo people. And then I got issue 3, which I picked up on Wednesday, so I haven't even hadn't even had a chance to bag and board these.
That's a nice cover.
But these are the interesting books. It's those crossovers that DC's doing with like Looney Tunes. But I have to say, like, some of these covers I really liked. I liked the Catwoman, Tweety, and Sylvester.
Oh, so cute. He looks really fat.
I know I think that's why I like this cover a lot. Because Sylvester looks like a fat, mean bastard. Got the Joker and Daffy Duck.
Oh, what a weird.
But apparently, I'm guessing this is maybe the B cover or the variant cover. This one apparently, I guess, is getting sold out in places because it's that iconic, insane Joker being Stray Jacket. But this is the one I think is awesome. Like, I think this is probably the best cover, and it's Lex Luthor and Porky Pig.
Oh man.
Like, check out Porky Pig, man. He's a creepy looking bastard.
Wow.
And if I don't know if you guys remember or listened to Primus.
Yeah.
But this was like in when the video where Les Claypool like dressed up as the pig, and he's like playing the stand-up bass.
Yeah.
Mr. Crinkle. Yeah, that's the video for Mr. Crinkle.
Yeah, I think that's because it's off that album, Pork Soda.
Yeah. So when I saw that, I was like, man, Les Claypool's on the cover of a DC book.
We here at Comics and Colder Ones, we're proud supporters of Pig People.
And I think it's just an interesting matchup to have Lex Luthor and Porky Pig.
Well, it's such an interesting concept because it makes them look like the Looney Tunes characters are villainous. Which they probably are in their own right.
Oh yeah.
I wish they should animate that and do a cartoon.
They might. I wouldn't put it past them.
I would just love to hear like a villainous Porky Pig that Ibby, you know, that little how would he do that with a sinister laugh? That's all, folks. Like, what did I just watch?
What the fuck was that?
So, if I just want to bring up real quick, today was a pretty shitty day for comics. Lost 2 great creators. Marie Severin passed away today, and she was pretty essential to the early foundation of Marvel. And she worked on books with. She co-created Spider-Woman.
Oh wow!
And she worked on Incredible Hulk 102. But for me, the reason why I liked a lot of her work, she was a team player. She was an all-around clutch member of the bullpen, and she reminded me, like, I always like Not Brandak. I love the funny stuff. She's the reason I still get Bongo comics, get Simpsons and stuff like that, and I like the fun side of stuff. And Marie Severin was all about that. She was a great artist, and it sucks that she passed away today. So, and then unfortunately, same time, you had Gary Friedrich. He passed away today as well, and he's best known for creating characters like Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, and Son of Satan, Damon Hellstrom. Yeah, two of them passed away on the same day, and they often work together. They work together on the Not Brand X, and they work together on the Hulk 102. So the creative team of Hulk 102 passed away today, and it's too bad. And whenever anytime a creator passes away, I remember when it was Nick Hardy or Bernie Wrightson or someone like that, or Herb Trimpe, just kind of kicks you in the guts a little, because you know that even if they're not actively working in the industry anymore, this is it. Then this is it for their career, of their span of their work, that the body of the work is now complete, and that's what you're left with. And so now all you can do is just involve yourself in it and stuff. And I highly recommend people go check out, specifically look for Marie Severin work and go check it out. She was like a key member, a female playing in an all boys league.
And plus, again, she was playing against a lot of like big egos during that time too.
People loved her, and she did get a lot of respect, especially to having the family connection with her brother John, who again opened up doors for so many other artists and directions that like maybe Marvel took from Atlas or EC took moving forward. But yeah, it's shitty. It's shitty when that stuff happens, but that's it. But I just wanted to bring it up, not because it was a shitty thing to bring up, just because, I don't know, you guys have a drink for Marie Severin. She was legendary.
I'm rocking the Deadpool cup tonight, guys, because I don't own a fucking beer mug.
It's the P cup.
Yeah, it does say P on here, so it's kind of fitting, because you can see in my cup, it's basically fucking urine.
It's basically urine.
It's basically urine.
Sam Adams and Raspberry Smirnoff. Terrible, terrible combination. Lesson learned, kids. Read your bottles before you pour them in your cup. Always.
So who do we got in the chat?
Take a chat moment.
Yeah, we got Comics Misexplained. We got Miss Hustles. Miss Hustle's in the house with us.
Miss Hustle.
Miss Hustle just did her first video. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And I saw Niobe sneak in there, but we were too busy talking about P cups and Porky Pig Lex Luthor cups.
We have quite the Canadian connection here. We got a Canadian guest tonight. We have 2 or 3 or 4 Canadians in the chat. I love the Canadians. You guys are always so supportive, and I appreciate it. We got Samantha Branch just popped in.
Woo!
If you guys haven't checked her out or subscribed to her over on Instagram, you should do so. She also has a Facebook thing. A Facebook for her art. Check it out. Support her. She also has a YouTube channel, so make sure you guys sub up in the chat there and show some love to one another as always. Miss Hustle, I was going to ask you if you would like to be a moderator going forward on this show, because I could always use a little extra hand moderating, because I think my moderators, they just take that blue wrench for granted.
Abuse of the blue wrench.
Let me drunk and say shit.
Hey, Amazing Murphinator, man. What's up?
Amazing Murph.
Oh, there's your boy. There's your boy, Gomez.
Gomez!
Gomez! Welcome
Man,
to the cast.
He's just not my boy. He's everybody's broski. Everybody. He's not just my broski. He's your broski, too.
C. Wooder said, yeah, this chat's out of control. I think he's mocking me because he's got a blue wrench.
Yeah, you know, you got to be careful. You can start a revolt here in a minute.
You say you want a revolution.
Wooder is just like mutiny.
I can't get mad at that because I kind of support rebellion sometimes. So it's just like, rebel against us. Thumbs us down.
We got
Burn the popes.
TJ Watson's kicking some water and coconut creamer back tonight, or hazelnut creamer, sorry. And whiskey. Oh, okay. He's got quite the combination. The hell, man. I'm going to have to try that. Or after this little mishap, I'm pretty much down to try anything. Nothing like a nice, hearty cup of pee. Speaking of pee, I saw this weird show called, like, My Strange Addiction. Some lady drinking her own urine and stuff. Dude, I can't handle that. Like, I literally can't handle it. Like,
no, that's weird stuff. There was another one where a woman was eating her mattress and eating her couch. And there's a ton of people who eat concrete. What are you doing? What do you mean you're eating concrete? It's like just chipping away at like drywall and stuff and eating it. And it's like, I just like the way it crunches. I'm like, come on, you like being on television. Don't tell me you like it.
Get a pack of nerds if you want something crunchy.
Yeah, you don't tell me that you enjoy. What happened in your life that you took you to this direction that paint chips are good for you?
I know what it was. Like it was when the parents took them down the cereal aisle, and they wanted that Captain Crunch, and they were like, "Nah, you're getting like the wheat grain shit."
Screw you! I'm eating concrete.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Why do you eat the walls, Sean? It's because I didn't get the cereal I wanted.
I wanted the shit that cut it open like the top of your mouth when you ate it.
Oh my gosh. Gomez. I can't handle this. The only thing he eats is edible undies and bras.
Congratulations.
You win. Oh gosh. Yeah, man. So there's I don't know if you guys follow the news, but obviously some sadness in the news, but there's also some fun, exciting things coming about. Mainly for me personally, being an Iron Fist fan, next Friday, season 2 kicks off on Netflix.
There you go.
So I'm pretty stoked for that. But I had to bring something up as well because we were talking about pig people. I don't think you can ever show this enough on Comics and Cold Ones.
Like, speaking of pig people.
Ooh, nothing like a naughty pig lady.
You gotta give love to the bacon bits, the pork chops.
The pork chops.
Bacon bits. This is a second print.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The number 1?
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite cover so far. Is that one right there? I think it's
Bacon bits? Yeah, I hear ya.
Not bad.
Oh, sorry, I had to take a drink. Get that excited pigness out of my mind. I'm blushing over here, guys. I'm blushing. So yeah, with Iron Fist season 2 next Friday. I will probably binge watch the hell of that next weekend and probably punch a hole in the wall just to prove it. That's what I do.
So who's the antagonist? Who's the villain in this one?
Like, oh my gosh, damn it! I didn't come prepared. I should have took notes. It's well, I know he's going against the.
Was it Steel Serpent?
Davos is one of them. Do you remember Davos? I think it's from like. Well, I read was it the Brubaker series?
Okay.
Or was it Matt Fraction? Whatever. I think it's Brubaker, right?
I think it might have been Matt Fraction that did it.
Yeah, that series. I don't know if they're taking some. Oh yeah, Typhoid Mary. That's right. She's going to be the main one. Thank you there, Mr. TJ Watson. So she'll be in the show.
Cool.
Davos, I know, is like his brother or whatever you want to call it, brother in arm. He has like the red glowing fist.
Mm-hmm.
I do this because I'm expecting my fist to glow.
I was gonna say.
Or maybe.
And what?
He's like,
Oh, it almost happened.
Yeah, maybe I'll get some blue glowy fist, or maybe I can CGI this shit.
Right.
I thought you were doing some Thanos shit.
Nah, Thanos ain't my homeboy. It was Brubaker and Fraction. Okay, so they were together on that series.
We're
There we go.
right and right.
I was double right.
Double right.
Miss Hustle, noticed that you have a changed setup there, Mister.
I do have a change of setup for right now. Right now, I'm doing like I can't move into my new house, so I'm actually in my mom's basement.
Yes, as all comic book collectors started out.
But I'm actually in her husband's man cave, where like there's like a cabinet of a kegger and a fridge full of beer. So like I was like, "Is it okay if I do my show downstairs?" And he was like, "Have at it." It's like, "Yes."
Like Sam Adams is in the fridge.
Like beer.
Yeah, it's I don't know. What are you guys excited for?
I don't know if it like not TV wise because I'm gonna be kind of I'm not gonna be able to watch much shit until I get into my new house. But I have heard word of like the Joker movie that Joaquin Phoenix is probably gonna play the Joker, and Alex Baldwin is rumored to play Thomas Wayne.
You see that Alex Baldwin like bounced out like the day after that was announced?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, it was literally like, I mean, from the moment you text me, the next morning it was like headline. I was like, oh shit, that didn't last long. Was he like picking? He realized it was the wrong Wayne. He was like, oh,
Yeah.
not Batman.
That's probably what it was. I almost guarantee that's what it was. Yes, I'm finally, after all these years, I get to play Batman. They're like, no, you're his dad. And he's like,
He's like the only star from that era that hasn't played Batman. Well, maybe Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp hasn't played Batman yet. Only in it.
oh man. I was gonna say that's probably gonna be horrible, but he would be probably right down our alley, like a drunkard Batman.
Well, I'll tell you, Johnny Depp would be good to play if they ever put Plastic Man in a movie. I would have him play Plastic Man. That'd be hilarious.
It'd be weird, wouldn't it?
I'm trying to
awesome.
picture that in my mind, like what the fuck?
Yeah, Dave. What's that good title from DC that's out now? People like the Fantastics, or what is it? Terrifics.
Yeah,
The Terrifics. Yeah. They did that. Johnny Depp casted. I heard. We start a rumor now. I heard that Johnny Depp was going to play Plastic Man.
What a great casting choice!
Holy shit!
Yeah, I can't believe it. I can see it. It'll work.
Fucking Kingdom is in the chat. What's up? What's up, Kingdom Comics?
Oh my gosh, this is like a rare sighting. Like my heart just stopped. Like I don't even know what to say, Tito. Thank you for coming to see us.
What's up, brother? Thanks for coming back to YouTube.
So Comics Miss explains that he would like to see Jim Carrey as Plastic Man, but I think Jim Carrey has kind of like changed his whole career at this point.
Yeah.
Like he's more into like realism. Is that a thing? Sure.
I have no. I don't know how to take Jim Carrey anymore. To be honest with you.
I don't know if he's like. Sometimes you have to wonder if they're like reaching to remain relevant. Like you do antics, I guess, to get yourself noticed. I don't know. I really don't understand Hollywood at all. So, that's why I'm on this side of Hollywood and not the other. Or the fact that I can't act. It could be that.
And it just so happens, even in my move, the milk carton found its way, like right on top of one of my boxes. I could finally burn the milk carton.
Oh my gosh.
The man has been found. The man has been found.
I was thinking like Johnny Depp as the Riddler. Like when you were talking about Johnny Depp, I was waiting for it. I thought you were going to say the Riddler. And I'm like, oh, we're on the same plane.
I'm like, Plastic Man. You're
Plastic
like,
Man.
no.
I'm like, Plastic Man? Where'd they come from?
No.
Obviously, this guy doesn't read DC.
All right, I was like, all right, hear me out. Melissa McCarthy as Commandy. Okay, it'll work.
It'll work.
It'll work.
We should start doing like a casting call segment on the show each week of people we think should play stuff.
Yeah.
Because we have so much power on the internet, we can force it to be.
Jonah
thought you were
Hill
gonna say,
as
like-
Superman.
What'd you say?
He said Paul Rubin as Superman.
Yeah,
Paul Rubin.
that's funny.
He's like, do, 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 do.
Paul Rubin could play a good villain, though. He'd be able to play a good villain. Surprised he hasn't. Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't showed up in a, superhero film yet.
Yeah,
I think Paul Rubin would be a good Dr. Light.
Oh, that's interesting. I was thinking of a new character called the Pedophile, but whatever.
The pedophiler.
The Pedophiler. Paul Rubin as the Pedophiler. Wait a second. Just kidding. I don't know the guy's personal life, but
Nah, he was just a chronic movie watcher.
true. He liked to publicly watch adult films. Is that correct? That was his thing.
Yeah,
and he got caught with a bit of crack on him.
Oh, it's just a little crack, man. That's fine.
Yeah, Tito. Paul Rubin was he was the Penguin's dad in Gotham.
Really?
Yeah, which was cool because he also played the Penguin's dad in Batman Returns. So they kept that. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Steve Woodard brings up that Paul Rubin was a superhero in the Ben Stiller movie. What was it called?
Oh my God!
What was
Mystery
that?
Man. Mystery Man.
Huh?
Mystery Man. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's already been.
That's going to be a rewatch now. I need to watch that again.
No kidding. I haven't seen that since it came out, so I definitely need to rewatch that movie. Hope it's on Netflix. I don't want to pay for it. Mystery Man. That's fucking awesome. Something new to watch.
Something new. But yeah, Kingdom. That's the last time I'll show the milk carton.
Yeah, you're retiring the milk carton?
I'll retire it.
Well, it's going to be weird now that I have that tattooed on my back.
When you get up to go get another beer, you're just like,
Yep. I think I'm gonna start selling ad space. I'll just start doing the show shirtless and just have like ad space on my back. This week's missing YouTuber, just random things. Just an idea that's been toying with me in my mind about how to create revenue on YouTube without using YouTube. Oh man.
Yeah, people duck out from time to time.
What's that?
I said people duck out from time to time, and then everybody always comes around, or they're here. Even if they're not making videos, or even if they're not commenting, people are watching. They're watching videos and stuff. So.
Oh, I know. I get it, man. I mean, like, I understand, like, taking a break. I mean, I totally did it. I just missed watching Kingdom's videos and was hoping that if I did, like, some, like, milk cartons that it would kind of reel them back in and be like, hey, man.
He did a video actually today or yesterday.
Yep.
He did a video, and but last I had seen Tito was on with Sunshine.
Is that when they were doing the epic battle of like taking the challenge of who could find like the best like dollar bin books or something like that?
I can't remember.
I don't know. I thought that was funny as shit. Like having like an on the road challenge, and that it was funny like watching them drive down the road with their phones and like, all right, I'm pulling up to this flea market. And then they're sitting in their trucks and like it's pouring rain and they're showing all the books that they got.
It's good stuff, man. That's what's fun about the community, honestly. Like I enjoy. I mean, obviously, life is crazy. We don't always get to support all the people we want to support and watch the shows that we want to watch. But damn, I try. I try to watch as many videos as I can out there.
Yeah, you go to the little gear section and you can speed it up and you can watch everybody's videos and toys.
Halftime.
Yeah, man. I do it all the time. Everybody, when I talk to everybody in real life, it always seems like slow motion.
Because it is.
Yeah.
Like, you talk way faster when I watch your videos. That's weird.
Yeah.
You like, I thought you were a more chipper, hyper type of person.
Sandwich live show, Tito says. Do you follow that? Do you follow that? No? I don't know what the soup sandwich live show is. I missed it.
The Soup Sandwich Live Show.
I don't know.
My video so long as fuck.
I love soups and sandwich.
Kingdom says, yeah, like you need to do that shit because his videos are long as fuck.
Tacoma Comics, is he talking to Pope Grammy or Pope C? I haven't seen Pope C in the chat yet.
I think he's talking to me because I found a Motor Girl #1, and he said I needed to read the rest of it. He said it's pretty heart wrenching. He said it's a good series.
What's that about?
I don't know yet. Like I just
you haven't,
like I haven't even had,
like a sample of it.
it's in like my stack of comics that I bought within the past week. So like once I move in, like I'm gonna be like reading comic books like a mad person.
Yeah,
Oh, angry reading comics.
Bad people reading comics.
Tacoma says he talks to all popes. You know, I appreciate that.
The council.
Don't discriminate against the popes, man.
The Council of Popes.
I'm gonna change the channel name to All About Popes.
All about popes. What is what? Okay, I was about to say. Actually, you can't say this. I was about to say, what is the worst YouTube channel name that you've heard? The one, but worst would be bad. You're not trying to knock anybody or anything. There was a channel that it made me think of. His channel's name was Ghost Abortions. I was like, oh my god, dude. I was like, you have to change. I'd watch his videos and I just think that the whole time. I'm like, you gotta change your channel name, man. That's fucked up.
That's like a Swedish or Nordic like death metal band.
Tito, I see your message there, man. I could chat with you off air, but my life is kind of a little different right now, so I don't see any conventions in my future at the moment. So I would love to meet up again, though, for sure. Hopefully we can do Dallas again next year or whatever, but we'll put plans into work for that kind of stuff. But I'd certainly love to, man. I'd love to get out and do some more things. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds. But, okay, so it's not a YouTuber, but it's a Instagram person that I follow. And the name of this Instagram name, it's a comic books, first of all. It's a lady who does comic books. But the name of her Instagram handle is Get My Clit Out Yo Mouth. Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Amazing book, too. She has amazing books.
Nobody tells baby to sit in the corner.
And I'm like, that has nothing to do with what you're showing. Like, I can understand, like, relatability, but, like, I don't get this. I mean, I guess it sticks in your fucking head, right? If that's what you want to do to get subscribers.
Yeah, like I saw that awesome comic book. What was the name of that channel? I was like, oh, yeah, I remember what it was.
Oh, man. It literally stuck with me because it was, like, so uncomfortable. Like, because I'm like, is this, like, going to turn into porn? You know, like, I'm waiting for something to, like, just drop. But it just keeps showing books after books after books. I'm like, damn.
Unfollow.
Yeah, you were disappointed, but then you're like, yeah, those were cool books.
Oh man, that's I don't know, but yeah, if you guys on Instagram, you want to follow get my clit out your mouth. There you go. She has great books.
JP's like, I come for the possibility of porn. I stay for the comics.
Yeah.
Well, that's 99% true.
You're like, that's why I go to work.
Yeah. No. You had me at clit. Okay.
I was watching it for the articles.
And the articles turned into really nice comics. Whatever. But yeah, it's just like that one stuck with me. I can't think of any YouTube channels that like sticks out that was like, I don't know. I could probably go through my subscriptions and be like, yeah, that sucks, that sucks, that sucks. But then again, someone could be looking at All About Comics and say, "Well, that sucks."
Yeah, it's not necessarily that sucks because that would seem harsh. It'll be like, well, fuck you. Like that's my name. Like mine was created not with comic books in mind, obviously. But yeah, I don't know if I would change my name. I've been tempted a couple times to change just what it reads there, but it doesn't matter. People will still refer to you as whatever they see you as. So it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna change mine to Pope Grimy too.
Like Pope Grimy 2, or as in Pope Grimy also?
Also, Pope Grimy also, actually. I like
That'd
it.
be great.
Every week I'm going to change my name to another YouTuber and then just add the also to it.
All About Comics as well.
Right.
Well, we could have already done that back in the day.
Yeah. Occasionally to cover comics.
When I first got onto YouTube was when you guys had the live show, so I was like, I had no idea what I was doing with YouTube. I just like, what should I name my show or my channel? And I was just like, yeah, that makes sense. That's what I'm really all about.
Right.
And then, first thing I do in the community is see that you guys have a show, and I'm like, well, shit, that's awkward.
Yeah.
But you were the first person to reach out.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. The names and things like this on here doesn't matter. It should. I've learned that it's helpful if the name reflects what you're doing.
Unless
I'm a horrible YouTuber.
So I get a lot of people coming to my channel probably disappointed that there's no Kiss music there at all.
Right.
So.
That's all I think of. I'm like, he must be a really big Kiss fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always come to my channel looking for like a swamp ass pope who like preaches like about the dark, dirty swamps of Louisiana, and they get me instead.
TJ Watson, your channel's awesome. Well, your collection is amazing. This guy has his house. True fact, his house is literally made out of CGC cases. He has so many slabs. I think. I think he's sitting at what do you have, like 10,000 or something? Something ridiculous. It's something crazy.
Yeah, because I saw him in a chat somewhere, and he was talking about like how many slabs he had, and I was just like, holy shit.
Yeah, I know TJ from the Season Collectors group, and he's just always posts amazingly high grade stuff. Great stuff. Magazines, everything.
That's nuts. Like, I think I have a total of like 25 slabs. But I have
one, and I'm going to get rid of it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's funny. Like, if you had spoken to me 10 years ago or 5 years ago, I had a very different opinion of CGC and slabbing. My feelings about it haven't entirely changed, but my feelings about people who collect CGC slabs or who decide to slab their books, that has changed completely 180. I mean, it's a necessity for some collectors the way it is for me to put 3 boards in the back of my bags or whatever like that. Like, teach their own to whatever anybody wants to do. And it's only helped the hobby. It's made it more difficult for people to buy, because you're basically creating money out of thin air. You're all of a sudden doubling the price of something because a professional graded it as such. But if you were good at grading and you graded yourself, you're like, and it's like professional grader says it's a 9.8. It's like I know it is. I graded it. It's a 9.8. So if I do it, it doesn't go up in value. But if I wrap it in plastic, put a stamp or a sticker of Walmart on it, it's now double, triple the value. That aspect of it doesn't make sense to me. Like certified grading, I'm yet to see a great school. I went to the same university as this guy for when it comes to grading, which is like just experience, just do it on your own. So that's what confuses me about when the value all of a sudden gets astronomical when you get at those 9.4s and better.
I got you. I mean, but like, I think that's one of those, like, I like to get them personally, obviously to preserve the books that I love. Like, you know, if I'm a slab a book, like I'm not going to sell it because it's something that I like and I want it to, you know, last as long as it can without damage. But I mean, I could see it. I understand the reasons why other people get it slabbed because I mean, it kind of helps when someone like it helps the argument. Like if you're gonna sell this book to somebody, and you're like, it's a 9.8, and they're like, no, I think that's like a 9.2, and you're like, no, it's graded at a 9.8. So like, if you have it certified, then there's you're getting the guarantee that that's the grade the book is. But
right, and I don't look at it like like somebody shouldn't be able to make 3 times the amount off it. That's crazy. I feel bad for the collector who now. It was like you shouldn't have to pay 3 times the value. You should pay the near mint minus value of that book. That's what you should pay. If you wanted to go ahead and that person went ahead and slabbed it and get it certified graded because they didn't know how to grade or they wanted to have it for sure, that's great. There's a little incentive there. Fine, you can tax me for it. You can put that little extra on. Oh, it costs you to ship it. Oh, all right, well, whatever. I don't know. You could have went over and picked it up yourself. You could have saved yourself. Whatever. That I'm not paying for that. But a nice picture frame, I'll pay. Fine. I'll give you $20 for that. Put $20 on it. You went ahead and got it certified
on it,
right? Yeah, exactly. You got me. Like you just certified what I already knew. That's cool. So pay like those prices when it gets like that. I don't understand. That's like creating money out of thin air. I don't get that. But that's it. I feel bad for the people who have to buy it at that price. It's not fair. They shouldn't have to pay. Have them slabbed, have them certified grade, pay for the process itself, but the tripling the value and 4 times the value, no, that doesn't make sense. You can't do that. That doesn't come out of thin air. That book is still what it is, raw. If you have a slab copy in front of you and it's $1,800 and all I did was open up the plastic and show you now it's not, shut up. Get out of here.
I got what you're saying. I got what you're saying. If anything, like if someone got it slabbed and they were trying to sell it, they should pay for the raw value of that grade, maybe plus $20 for having it slabbed, right? Instead of like throwing like $500 more on it just because it's graded at a 9.8, right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No, I understand that, but that's the market. I mean, like people are willing to like.
It is the market, but the market kind of pushes itself along because as you get new collectors who come into the hobby, they see that this is how it's done.
Oh, I understand. Yeah.
Right. So they keep this kind of momentum going. But what I've noticed is that now, you look at the prices, say about 10 years ago of slabbed comics, you could go down pretty low on the scale, even some 7s, 7.5s. They got that real additional premium. Now, because of the popularity and the norm of it, it's really pushed it up. So now it's a 9.2 before you start seeing a real change in value of whatever, right? Like that's why often you're seeing
jumps from 9.2 to 9.4, 9.9, and then when you hit 9.8, there's a significant jump. I don't think is like if I have a raw copy of like Action Comics #1, I know that it's worth so much money. Like, let's say I did have a 9.8.
Yeah.
But if I know that's a 9.8, right? So this is the value. Like, this is the value of the book. But someone gets it graded at a 9.8. Someone who has a raw copy would have to sell it at a price of like a 7.5 because they don't have it slabbed.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you take this a 9.8 raw copy of X-Force 11 can go for like $30. But I'm seeing graded copies go for $300. That doesn't make sense to me. The intrinsic value, the seller's not in the wrong and the buyer's not in the wrong. Nobody's in the wrong for what they're doing. But what they're taking part in is this like Bitcoin facade. It's this thing that's like, okay, we'll all pretend here. We'll all ignore the big thing that this $30 book, we'll just call it a $300 book. So we'll do that. Why will we do that? Because it's certified. We know it's a 9.8. Well, you could have went on your best instinct, which was your eyeballs, and see that it's a 9.8, or become better with grading and stuff like that. and see that it's still a $30 book. It's not a $300 book. Nobody's in the wrong. Nobody's doing anything bad. It's just a part of where the intrinsic value comes from. I just don't understand it. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand Bitcoin. I don't understand this. So
it's kind of interesting because, like, I don't know if CGC still does it, but they even advertised their service as such.
Yeah.
Raw copy, X amount of dollars, graded copy, like triple of the freaking price. And it's like,
exactly. And that was the initial incentive to do this kind of stuff. There's now, it sounds like I'm coming off all negative on it. There's a ton of positive reasons to get slabs, CGC, signature confirmations, finding defects. These are professional graders. It's good to have it go through somebody else's hands. You know, it's funny, unless you work for CGC or one of these slabbing companies, people always say, oh, I'm not a professional grader. So is that the only criteria you have to become a professional grader? No. Trust your experience and learn and practice and do things and get better, you know, and you don't have to rely on that. Like, I know certain collectors who buy slabs to get the certification and pop it out. I know people who buy slabs for like a checklist, so they know what a 9.0 looks like, so they know what an 8.5 looks like, 7.0, and they've got all, you know, so many slabs set out. And it helps them. It's used as a tool. There's lots of benefits to it, but the part I always have a hard time with is where the intrinsic value comes when you start getting at that 9.6, 9.8 value. I don't know where it's all of a sudden, like, how professional are you? Wait, what kind of professional are you where you can make money out of nowhere? So that's me, though. That's me. That's my rant.
Hey, that's good, man. There's a lot of people in the chat that are trying to say as well.
Perked up the chat.
No, Tito brought up some good points. Kingdom Comics. Sorry, I probably use people's stage names and not their real names, but you guys are real to me,
right? We're just pretending here. We're just pretending.
I'm not really a pope, guys.
What?
This show is over.
That was awesome.
I'm out.
Who's been blessing this freaking show this whole time?
Right.
I drank this urine for nothing.
I have to pull out my ukulele and.
This isn't the blood of Christ.
Yeah.
You want to drink the blood of Christ? I'm gonna sing about it first. Smoke some incense. I mean, not smoke some incense, burn some incense.
But I will point this out too. It is hard to talk about in an open forum about CGC slabbing because there's so much controversy anyway, in the sense that people prefer one slabbing company over another, and then people come to heads that if you're for slabbing or against it. It doesn't matter. It's all part of the hobby, and whatever you want to do, you want to keep your books in. You want to toast them, buy them, rip them in half, put them in the toaster. You do that. Go for it. You want to collect them and keep them loose in a long box. Do that. You want to do whatever you want to do that. Doesn't matter. You know, no one ever needs to take offense to any kind of maybe an opinion about how they view an aspect of hobbying. Right? Somebody might think what I do with my books is stupid. And that's okay. It probably is stupid. But I'm having a lot of fun doing it. And I like being stupid with my books and blah, blah, blah. So, you know.
Remember that one time you almost gave Pope and I a heart attack when you were cutting shit up off air?
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was hard for life. I'm like,
no.
You shouldn't have said anything. I would have broken out and done it again.
Oh, God, I couldn't handle it again, man. That was like, We don't need a fucking sequel.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was like a year and a half in the making. That one was. You guys were, man, because you can only cut it once, right?
Yep. So going back to the chat,
TJ, that's what my therapist says. Was that in bad taste? I'm really a pope, so I can forgive myself.
Do it. I want to see it. So TJ Watson said he only has 1,860 slabs. So there's that. Let's see what else we got here. Trying to get to the meat here. Someone asked where the milk carton was. We already showed the milk carton earlier, so sorry, bros.
I promised.
I will remember.
Yeah, I think Kingdom Comics makes a good point, which is something I try to preach to anyone who asks me about collecting is just be patient. You know, if there's a book that you're wanting, it's a hot book, especially modern books, just be patient. Don't pay the premium. It'll come down. Like, you know, if there, like he said, if there's one, there's a second one, you know? So, makes sense. It just, literally, I feel bad for speculators, for people that or get taken advantage of by speculators, maybe. I mean, not to take advantage of is like in a bad way, but like just because a book is hot, you know, it's time to sell. You're a seller, you sell. That makes sense. Everyone's buying. I just feel bad for the buyers because, you know, once it cools down, you're stuck with a ridiculously priced book that's not going to hold its value.
Well, you know, that's the thing too. That's one of the dangers of collecting. I've seen from modern collectors too, is that they'll come in. I saw one guy on some Facebook group. Okay, Black Panther just dropped season 2 of, or Black Panther was announced, and season 1 of Luke Cage just came out, and we're about a month into this knowledge, and some guys on one of the Facebook groups, and was like, I'm looking to buy first appearance of Luke Cage and Black Panther, and I was just like, dude, this is absolutely worst time to buy it. You know what I mean? Like, you do, you know, it's like, it's smart for anything. Do some research before you just jump on into it. And I'm not talking about the history of these characters. I'm like, if you're going to get involved with something that you're willing to spend $1,000 on, it's probably smart to, you know, learn the ins and outs of it, not just the story of it. You know, that's just two totally things. It's a two-headed dragon being a comic book collector.
It is.
You gotta follow the market. You gotta follow, because you're working on the hobby, you're working on the collection, and then you're talking about the comic books themselves, so that you're trying to keep up.
It's very, very difficult if, depending on what your end game is for yourself or for your collection, I guess. When I first started doing the whole YouTube thing, I was in a different place as a collector. I was very much a certain way, you know, variants, whatever. But over the past year and a half, kind of evolved. You know, seeing other people's stuff and things like that. I kind of evolved my own collection into more of personal, if that makes sense. Like something that is personal to me, I guess, or something I really enjoy, versus I was really into the whole speculating thing. Because I was like, oh, this is like easy money, because it really was easy money. Anytime something was announced, you're like, I got 4 of these. And I was like, then it became like a job. And then I was like, this isn't what collecting is to me. I want it to be a job. You know, if I wanted to be a job, I'd own a shop, you know, which someday I'd like to own a shop. But anyways, that's not here or there. But yeah, so for me now, my collection is a lot more personal to my taste, not necessarily to value. But collect how you want to collect. Do you have fun with it? It's all good.
I always said too, like, I love talking, you know, doing YouTube or just Facebook or just interacting with other collectors. I love seeing any aspect of a collector when they're getting involved, getting it just started, or they're in it 3 years, 5, 10 years, or 30 years, or 60 years they've been doing it. You can learn something from everybody, even the newest collector, and a lot of collectors do the same kind of pattern as well. Like, you fall in love with a specific character, and that's all you think about. You're like, that's it, I'm just getting Batman. But then you realize from getting all these Batman, you have favorite Batmans, and you're like, oh well, I like this artist and this artist, these are my favorites. And then you start looking at other stuff they do, and now you're chasing these covers, but now you're also chasing these titles. And then you find out, well, I really liked it through that Batman, through the Frank Miller, I end up gravitating towards the Daredevil, and I really like that story. And then you go to another thing, and before you know it, it's like what you started out as a collector has totally changed. Same thing. There was a time in my life, you know, reading comics, picking up comics was the most important thing for me. And then there was a time where it wasn't. and you know, everybody gets that way, you know, sometimes. And some people apologize for that stuff. They're like, I haven't gotten really anything lately. Oh, you're not supposed to always be getting stuff. The hunt should be something. It's sacred, something that you do.
Sacred hunt.
Yeah, Wednesdays are sacred, man. Those are important days for a collector, and it's something that scratches that dopamine in your body and makes you happy. Comic books are made to make you happy. That's it, really.
That's funny to me that you basically told my like childhood story of getting into comics. Like Wolverine was like the character that I mean, like I knew who all like, you know, like I knew like who your staple like superheroes were as a kid. Like, you know, obviously I know who Superman, Batman was, but I didn't collect comics. And my first two comics was that Batman Todd McFarlane cover that he did, and then I got like Wolverine issue 37 or something.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, who the fuck is Wolverine? You know, and I read it. And then I went to my comic book store and I found out that Wolverine was part of the X-Men, you know, and that branched off into Uncanny X-Men, because this was right when the first X-Men dropped, you know, that Jim Lee did, the series in the 90s. And then I found out there was an X Factor, you know, X-Force came out, you know, and then it branched out, and then I was all over the place, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean that's. But I love that you said that you can learn from even new, like newcomers to the game, because like I either find out two things, like either they'll dive in and like be hunting for that one character that they love, or like a lot of times like I'll hear them either ask somebody like, you know, oh, I just discovered comic books. What's a good comic book I should be looking at? And then, you know, and that starts the conversation. And that's why, like, you know, that's another reason why I like going to the comic book store on Wednesdays, because, you know, there's fresh new stuff. And then if like new people, like, it's just it's a time where you can chat with your local community people about comic books. So
yeah.
Well, for me, like, you know, I started out like maybe 6 months ago, 7 months ago, or a year ago, whatever it was. I like collecting certain artists, right? So, for example, everyone here knows I'm a big Paul Green fan. But the problem with Paul Green is he rarely does any covers that you can get at your local LCS. So everything is like super limited, or, you know, Kickstarters, like our friend Larry LP over at Niobe Comics. You know, issue 5 gonna have a Paul Green cover. I mean, Paul Green is one of my favorite artists, but his stuff is really exclusive or hard to get or store exclusive or whatever it is. But it's also in a manageable way, because at least you know what titles you can get. You know, you can hunt them down, but you have to do it all online, which kind of sucks as far as the LCS goes. But he just doesn't have that many mainstream covers out there for whatever reason. But, you know, and that's just one of the fun things. Like, you know, if I had to break my collection, I have a really strange collection. You know, like it's not one way or the other. I have the stuff that I read, I have the stuff that I collect, and I have the stuff that I like to look at, like Paul Green art. So, yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't had a chance to go over and check out Niobe Comic or Rebel Comics, or both, make sure you do so on Facebook. I know there will be I hope there's going to be a Kickstarter soon. I don't know if it's when it is, maybe October. I don't know, maybe before Christmas. I don't know, but I'll support it when it hits, because I got to get that Paul Green cover. Paul Green also announced another cover today, since I'm just going to segue into all Paul Green for the next 3 minutes. Yeah, he has another exclusive cover that he launched through Zenescope, of course. But anyways, yeah, it's just, yeah, I mean, someone said in here, which is kind of the old thing, Airborne Sapper comic fan said basically just collect what you like, you know, and that's really what it's about.
Most definitely, man.
But you know, like I said too, while you're collecting what you like, though, be observant of what everybody else is doing, and you know, not to get competitive, because there's that aspect of it as well. You know, everybody wants to, like, damn, I got to get that book, but learn from it, learn how they did it. Check out not just like specific hunting spots, and not even in the broad sense of learn about other collectors. You can learn about it, like I guarantee you, we can get somebody on here right now, and they can start talking about an artist that one of us is not familiar with, and then we'll go check it out, and we might be all over it. You know what I mean? Like, and like I said, that's what I like. That's why I don't ever count anything out. Like, I know, like, for example, Marvel's the best, right? So DC is terrible. But most of the books I have, most of the modern books I have right there right now, from the last couple of weeks, are all DC stuff. So I want to see what's going on with DC, even though they're terrible. I want to see what they're going on with, and learn and have fun with it and stuff. So I don't feel so terrible about it. We're lucky. This is a privilege. You know, this is what a lot of people forget. Comic books, man, I feel like it's a privilege. It's something good in life that actually happens, and we get to enjoy it. Come on. Relax. Everybody, come on, eh? Come on.
Yeah, so like, we also got Gore Vidal in the house. I hope you said
Nice,
that
man.
right.
That guy does some awesome videos too. I haven't seen him in a while, but he's got some awesome stuff with good music.
We got the comic book Estate, the Uncanny Kyle Waka.
Prince Waka.
Got some new folks in tonight. I'm glad to see everyone. Trilogy must have brought people with them. I mean, excuse me, Kingdom Comics must have brought people with them. You got Gore, you got, yeah, there's a few people in here, man. Airborne Sapper, those guys, I don't know if they've checked out the show or not, but hey, I appreciate you checking out tonight. So,
Gomez, I'm just busting balls. I love DC. DC is DC is what I started out on. You can't, you know that thing, you can't collect everything, and it's true. So like, for a while back, I decided to give up all DC and focus on my Marvel, because I know I enjoy Marvel. So I end up telling myself, when I say I don't like DC, I'm only telling myself so, but it hurts less, man. No, it hurts less.
Tell yourself the lie. Live in the lie.
Live the lie. Hi, I'm Gene Paul H. Peter. What's up?
I mean, I just love, I mean, I'm a lover of all comics, to be honest with you. I mean, that's, like, I don't have a particular brand I support. Like, Marvel pisses me off more than anyone. Modern Marvel, like today Marvel. Some of the stuff just makes me mad with how shitty the art is. But, you know, that's just me being me. I love a lot of the independent stuff. Obviously, I talk about Kickstarter ad nauseum. You got to support the indie industry as much as you can, as much as your wallet will allow. There's some cool stuff.
Yeah, like, when the fuck is Heathen gonna come back?
Oh, no kidding, man. I love it.
Every time I look at like Midtown or like My Comics, I'm like, or the previews, I'm like, when is Heathen coming back?
So, you know the artist, the
You
female
talking about
artist?
Dan Slott?
Heathen?
Oh, the book Heathen. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Funny guy here. But anyways, Tess Fowler, you know, the artist for Heathen, the cover artist at least, maybe the creator, I'm not really sure. She did some variants maybe. But she just did a variant I have it pre-ordered for the new Rick and Morty book that's written by Patrick Rothfuss. But he's an author, by the way. Like, he writes fantasy novels. But anyways, I'm not a Rick and Morty guy. They're funny as shit, but I just got it because of her artwork, and I love Heathen. So anyways, look for that coming out this month sometime, I believe.
Now you're talking about like the Rick and Morty versus Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh yeah, like I just ordered some copies of that.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I got the Tess Fowler cover. It was a 1 in 25.
I want the cover that has. I was getting the cover that has like the spreadsheet of where you develop your character.
That's cool.
Oh, nice. You roll your dice. What's your character's name? I'm gonna be an elf. I'll just tell you that right now. I'm always an elf. People are like, but you look more like a dwarf.
And apparently, with that title too, they have full reign of the TSR Dungeons and Dragons back catalog. So,
oh, sweet.
Yeah, they're gonna be able to do whatever they want with it. So like it'll be really entertaining, especially for anybody who was a tabletop player.
Like if they were a nerd.
You know.
Suck it, nerds.
I love that stuff.
What's up, nerd? Later, nerds. Cheers, nerds.
You ever remember that Dungeons and Dragons cartoon as a kid, or am I just dating myself?
Oh no, man! I was there.
Remember the little unicorn thing? Like they always have that little cry. I don't know why it stuck with me. I don't know why. It's there in my brain forever.
Man, I'm gonna have nightmares of that shit tonight.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna be sleeping. I'm gonna be like, nah.
I always thought it was a goat until I got older and realized it was a unicorn.
I don't know. Maybe D&D had like a fainting unicorn.
Oh my gosh, we had a conversation about fainting goats off air one time. So if those people that don't know about fainting goats, look it up. You'll be entertained.
It's gonna be the greatest shit ever.
I mean, literally an animal that was bred to die.
And the show's over, guys. We're gonna leave it right there.
Good night.
The show was sponsored by Fainting Goats. Thank you for your sacrifices. Lamb chops.
I'm a little preoccupied. I'm just rolling one up.
Cigarette.
Yeah, rolling a cigarette.
Yep.
And I'm going to pop out and have it real quick, and then I'm going to pop back.
We'll be here waiting.
Excellent. Excellent. I'll come back involved in some mysterious drama. You have like blood on your face. And Post like, I didn't mean to. And I'm like, what happened? Holy fuck.
You said DC
It's
sucked.
just comics, guys.
You said DC was horrible.
Well, I'm going to talk about something while you're gone. You go ahead and do your thing. So next month, not September, but October is coming, right? I don't know about you guys in the chat,
Nope.
you guys in the community, but I'm a big Halloween fan. There's a lot of excitement to be had this year around the Halloween season. So there's going to be a new Halloween movie, right? The true sequel to
Johnny Cates.
Halloween.
Johnny Cates. Johnny Cates.
Donny Cates. I don't know what that has to do with Halloween, but probably something.
Oh, I know, I'm pretty sure it does. Mark my words.
Mark your words. Are you got something you want to? Are you holding out on me there, Mr. Pope?
Oh no. Like if anything,
My Twitter feed blows up every day of Donny Cates, Donny Cates, Donny Cates. That dude's always posting stuff on Twitter.
I'm pretty sure he has like powers like Beetlejuice. Like you say his name 3 times, some shit's gonna happen.
No, that's true. But
He's gonna write another Marvel book.
the dude's got a shit ton of right now. He's writing more books than anybody. Marvel's riding him like a fucking rented mule. But so one thing I'm excited about, October 26th, Netflix is going to be launching the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, the new Netflix show starring Kieran Shipka from Mad Men fame. But I did get a chance to read something this week. I kind of went back in the old box, and sometimes it's like it's cool to be up to date with the new stuff, but sometimes it's fun to break out something you haven't read that you've held on to for a while. So today I was able to take a few minutes and read the Sabrina Season 2 from the October Comic Fest or Halloween Fest last year, I believe it was. It's been sitting in my box that long. Yes, Gord, he lives in Austin, Texas. So, anyways, super excited. So I read this today, and this is kind of like, I didn't know what to expect, but it's like an origin of Sabrina. Like, I kind of like literally is the origin of how her whole family came to be or whatever. But anyways, pretty cool read, pretty dark, lots of Satan, lots of witches, and things of that nature. So, you know, here at Comics and Cold Ones, we also like witchcraft and Satanism, and what's it called? Being
Santeria.
You know, stuff to do with
Not
evil.
Sangaritas, Santeria.
Oh, sangria? No, wait, no. What's
Like that's what my pea cup tastes like.
sangria? Yeah, that is what my peacup tastes like. I don't practice sangria. I do actually, right here in my peacup. But anyways, If you haven't checked it out, check it out. I don't know if you guys read this or not, but I totally dig it. It kind of reminds me of like, you guys ever watched that movie The Witch? It kind of came out last year. Had
Oh yeah.
Andrew Taylor in it. Kind of a slow burn movie, but it's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. It's not even scary really at all, but it has that evil goat named Black Phillip, which I absolutely love, and I wish that I had a black goat named Phillip that I could hang out with, and maybe he's Satan, maybe he's not. But
Maybe.
anyways, yeah, Witch is definitely one of my favorite horror movies of the last several years. If you guys haven't,
Night Kingdom. Sorry.
What?
Kingdom is peacing out. I'm just gonna tell them to have a good night.
He who shall not. You leaving us, man? Someone said, Satan.
And is that like a like you're pondering on him, or you're like, Satan? Oh. Like doing the Homer Simpson donuts. Lucifer. Oh.
Yeah, so that movie's awesome. I'm super excited for the Sabrina TV show or Netflix show. October 26th it comes out. October 19th is a new Halloween movie. But I know I'm like jumping my gun. I'm like a month early, but I'm just excited because I got to see some of the photos from the set or some of the stills from the Netflix show with the young Sabrina. So, anyways, check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
Oh no, man! It's never too early for that, man. Like Halloween's my favorite holiday, and I just love the fall. So, like, I love all of it. Get really awesome. Like that's when you get all the scary movies on TV, and like I just think it's cool when people dress up and just fun times. Haunted houses. I'm all about it. All about it.
Halloween is like my Christmas, man. That's like the one thing I get excited about every year. Like it's just my thing. It's my jam.
Your jammy jam.
So that's what I wanted to share there. Oh yeah, Scooby-Doo Apocalypse, man, that was a good shit. I want to get the collection and kind of read the trades on that because I kind of just went into, just getting the Ben Oliver covers and the death of Fred. Spoiler alert. A little late there.
Yeah.
F wants to know what our favorite Halloween movie is. What's your favorite Halloween movie?
Like, are we talking like our favorite Halloween movie, like as in Halloween, or like just our favorite scary movie, or whatever? I guess. To be honest, right now, like the Hell Priest, or AKA Pinhead, he's my favorite horror person. But I have to say, the new It movie is probably like my favorite movie. I mean, I thought the new like It movie was the shit. Like, fucking Pennywise was fucking awesome in that movie. I like how they portrayed the whole story. I must have watched when it came out. I saw it in theaters, I think twice, and then like when it came out on Blu-ray, I must have watched it at least like 5 times in a row.
Really?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. My favorite Halloween movie of all time is Trick or Treat. Not Trick or Treat, it's Trick or Treat with a little character named Sam.
Oh yeah.
Spirit of Halloween. It's like an anthology film, 3 different stories going on. It's got Anna Paquin is in it.
It's kind of weird. Like it's kind of like it's a comedy to me. Like it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great movie though. I absolutely love that one. Also, as we do, I don't know. It's not like a favorite film, but the third Halloween movie, that freaking Shamrock song is forever etched in my head. The little "This is Halloween." I don't know what the fuck it is, but I feel like that was something from like Nightmare Before Christmas, but whatever. Anyways, that little Shamrock song freaks me out, but otherwise, a terrible movie. So, yeah, I mean, my favorite horror movie has got to be the first Scream, just because it was like, to me, it was just so different than any other slasher film because it just had some cool shit going on with it.
Which is funny because the first cat that I ever had, I named it after one of the killers from Scream.
Nice.
Like I named it Stu, and I'm like, you named a girl cat Stu, and I was like, yeah.
Matthew Lillard just sounded weird.
Yeah, I was saying, like, I could have named Matthew Lillard, but I was like,
Ski Ulrich just sounded like a weird name for a cat. Oh yeah, I mean, you started getting into like some really scary shit, like The Omen, The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Just kidding. The Exorcist. I don't know. That kind of stuff is always freaky. There was one haunted movie. I don't know if the movie wasn't haunted, but it was called The Entity. And it was like based on like this true events type shit, and that was pretty fucked up, man. I mean, you want to watch a lady get railed on by a ghost? There you go. Yeah, not really my thing. Yeah, Nev Campbell. You named your cat Nev, didn't you?
Now, if I was going to name it after one of the girls from that movie, it was going to be Drew Barrymore.
Yeah. And that was like, hello, Sydney. Like, it'll forever be like, ooh, say it again.
Yeah, then they've got the whole commercials of like, what's that?
Oh, yeah.
We're bringing it back on Comics and Cold Ones.
Do it.
The whole intro is just going to be me and JP going, what's that? Hey, man, what you doing? Drinking a beer? What are you doing? What's that?
Talking about comic books live on YouTube.
When GPAP comes back on, we're going to be like, what's that?
There he is. What's that?
That's better.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Favorite scary movie? I'm actually going to see it in theaters. I've never seen it on the big screen. It's not a scary movie. It's a Psycho. I love Psycho. Psycho's my favorite to watch.
Okay.
But my favorite scary movie? P.S. I Love You. No, I don't know.
Terrifying and inaccurate.
When Harry Met Sally? Yeah, that was it.
It's hard to say what's a scary movie for me. There's one I've seen, Nori. Have you ever seen Nori?
It sounds familiar to me.
Yeah, it's a Japanese film, and it's just messed up. It's messed up. It's scary. It makes like creepy elements of like the Blair Witch Project, where you got the babies like crying and the tent shaking. Well, times that by 1,000, and yeah, that's what you have.
I forgot to say my favorite horror movie would be You're Next. If you haven't seen that movie, that's one of those. It's like it's just too real. That shit could happen. So that's always makes it a little more terrifying than like the Boogeyman. Like, bring it on, devil. Let's dance. That doesn't really scare me.
I don't know. Like, to me, like, I mean, those kind of movies I enjoy just because, like, they bring about, like, it's just a different element of darkness, like, where you're let your imagination run wild. But like, what really bothers me is like, when like some unexpected shit happens, like, and some people like think it's weird that I like it, but I think it was like the fourth Hellraiser movie, because it wasn't like the rest of them. It was more of like about a detective.
No.
But there wasn't like Pinhead was almost hardly ever in that movie the whole time, and it was about this detective trying to like figure out who's committing all these murders and shit. And like he's in like the scariest part to me was like he's like sitting in the detective, like he's sitting in his like in the police precinct surrounded by everyday people, and like he just happens to look up and like you're not even expecting it, and this motherfucker walks by like the glass pane window and looks over at him, and it's just like his face is all like distorted and shit, and I was just like, what the fuck?
Gore Vidal breaks out a Serbian film. First of all, that's a movie that you should never admit that you've seen. It is one of the most traumatizing movies ever. That is a messed up film, man.
Which one?
A Serbian film. Gore Vidal points out, disturbing film, which was pulled from a British film festival for being too horrible, is one of the most disturbing films ever made. It is. It's completely messed up. Worst movie. Don't even watch it.
Fair enough.
I'm a big fan of Dario Argento films, so like Suspiria, Inferno. Sure. Love that stuff.
Well, I mean, plus, it's very subjective too. I mean, I've seen shit like, when you say horror movie or scary shit, like, to me, a horror movie is like shit like Hellraiser, Jason, your Halloweens, because like there's fictional like characters and monsters and shit, but I mean, like, when you start getting into like shit that could actually happen, like, I guess like like Scream, I guess, and like just disturbing shit of like like the Hostel.
Oh, fuck that movie.
Well, like, those kind of shock ones, they don't do it for me, man. Like I've watched like a Human Centipede, after Saw 2, Hostel. No thanks, don't need it in my life. I'm good. Like
the Saw movies aren't like, they're not horror. I think it's very clever. Like, I like watching it to see just how clever he was.
Horrific is to me not horror, not necessarily horror. Like
yeah.
Yeah. Like I like the classics. I like Halloween. I'm one of those people who likes Blair Witch. I happened to go see it when at the time people thought it was legit.
Oh god, yeah, dude. I was there opening night.
Yeah, man. And
they had the best advertisement for that fucking movie. Like, no one ever thought about it before.
Yeah.
Like, having the missing persons people shit like pop up, like so and so's been missing for a long time, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like,
and the whole zombie genre, that whole thing kind of changed when 28 Days Later and the remake of Dawn of the Dead came around. Now the zombies were fast, and that's what changed it all for people. And that was like, nobody wants anybody running at them fast. That's not a good thing. Try it. Turn off the lights in the hallway. Somebody's at the end. Just creep and run after them. You'll scare the shit out of them.
What is happening? Like, no one likes that. I promise you. You're absolutely.
They'll just honestly, they'll.
If I get fired from the college tomorrow, I'm blaming your ass.
But there's some movies. What do you consider? I watch one of the things I watch every year is Cinemassacres, Monster Madness. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Angry Video Game Nerd, James Roloff. He does. Anyway, Cinemassacre happens every October. Watch it. You can check it out on YouTube or cinemassacre.com. And he'll go through his top, every day leading up to Halloween, one of his favorite movies, or he'll have some kind of theme to it. And one year he was talking about like what constitutes a horror film. What, is Wicker Man a horror film? Is Jurassic Park a horror film? Is Aliens a horror film? Absolutely. Aliens is absolutely a horror film. Jurassic Park, is that a horror film? I mean, you got monsters, scares, jump scares, you got everything. Or is it an adventure, kind of thriller thing? I don't know. Maybe. I like classic horror. My first horror movie I ever watched was Horror Express with Christopher Lee. And yeah, that was terrifying as a kid.
Christopher Lee, man, he made some heavy metal albums late in his day.
Christopher Lee is amazing, man.
Oh yeah,
all his Hammer films, love it. They're all great. My buddy Bluntzilla, you want to go check out Bluntzilla Videos channel. Just type in Bluntzilla 53 and you'll find it. And he collects VHS videos, but he loves horror and he makes his own horror films, horror shorts and stuff. Go check out his channel. It's amazing. I love it.
Oh, who just mentioned it? Hold on, let me look at the chat right quick. Comics Misexplained said Event Horizon. Like, that was a fucking awesome movie.
I don't know if I really remember that, because I remember that came out at the same time as like The Abyss and everything, and all these horror movies had this like no monster but monsters. You know those kind of movies?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not really my thing, personally. I like more suspenseful type shit. or just straight up like
It's like I like classy horror. Like
I do. I like my horror with a side of wine and
a good Forrest Gump about how the terrifying facts that life is inevitably lead you down the road and scary demise.
and you
Like,
end up just
sometimes you just gotta run.
life just ends with you getting someone pregnant.
Sometimes you just gotta run.
Requiem for a Dream or horror film. I mean, that's a pretty scary, terrifying movie.
Sometimes you realize that your best friend just never had legs.
Right.
Whatever happened to Jenny? That's the real question.
You know what? I'm sick of hearing about Jenny. I don't care what happened to Jenny.
What happened to the shrimp company?
What happened to the shrimp company?
They're still going strong, man. They're in malls everywhere across the nation. Bubba Gump Shrimp. That's out there.
Shrimp.
Seafood Bubba Gump. So you going to show any books this week or what, guys?
I was gonna say.
We're like an hour and a half into this shit. I haven't seen a comic book except for the one I read.
Like I said, I didn't pick up anything modern this week, but I did get some packages in, and I can show them here. I got this book, which was probably my favorite book of the week, of the month, of the year. And this came from Evan Gillion. Evan. Some people might know him as
Evan.
Others might know him as Evan Gillion. He's a man.
I believe he's on YouTube as just Evan, though, correct?
He hooked me up with Epic, illustrated number 3.
That is an epic book.
I was gonna say that's fucking epic.
Yeah. First appearance of Dreadstar, Jim Starlin's creation.
Ooh.
But he went to a convention and he got it signed for me, which is amazing. Amazing guy. Thank you.
So Epic is one of those things that I've been on my my back burner for things I want to collect because of how awesome some of the creations were in there. Like what was that the one She-Wolf? I can't think of her name. But you talking about like fucking Red Sonja-esh. I know Red Sonja creators, I believe. Weren't they in Epic for a while? Maybe that's where the creator came. I can't remember the story. But
I know that Archie Goodwin was a major force behind Epic, and a lot of artists. It was their art house book, I think, their art book, where a lot of artists could go and try their ideas out, and because I mean, this was a Marvel license, and Curtis had run out by then. Curtis was done kind of doing the horror stuff. Heavy metal was huge, early 80s. Marvel knew what was hot. Magazines, so they came out of the gates with Epic Illustrated. And I don't think it really ever grew in value or anything. Even if it is now, it's surprising to me. But you'll get the first Elf Quest in #1. That's pretty cool.
Elf Quest, like the one with the Elf Quest.
Yeah, the Elf Quest.
I got to meet the creators of Elf Quest this year. That was pretty cool.
Like married couple, right? Like
yeah. There's kind of. I mean, they're obviously older, but super nice folks.
Yeah, but Epic, like you said, if you're a fan of heavy metal, you're a fan of. There's a lot more color than black and white in an Epic than say a heavy metal magazine. But yeah, I know TJ Watson's a big fan of magazines, and I broke these out for Pope. So these are the.
Oh yeah, nice. Those are the freaking cum shot ones, right?
Yeah, this is the Storm Bukkake.
Yeah, Bukkake. Right. Yeah. Let me use tasteful words. I'm so sorry. Bukkake, not cum blasted all over.
Come on.
Yeah, come on, man.
This is a gentleman's show.
Hey, Seawood, Blue Wrench's ass.
Oh, there you go.
You like classic horror, but filthy fucking comics.
Hey.
There you go. Another good one. Amazing Adventures #4. Jack Kirby. Boom.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice. 1961. And then this too. And I gotta get it in a bag. X-Men 117 for Shadow King. And I picked it up a while ago.
Really nice.
And again, Evan got it signed by Chris Claremont. Amazing.
Yep.
Amazing.
Recognize that signature.
Amazing. Fantastic stuff.
So you know my address. Just send that Claremont and that Peacock
Right. That for a while, my issue to pick up whenever I see it was Dazzler #1, and now stupid reasons it's like sometimes a $10 book, a $5. I'm like, no.
Well, that's what I thought was weird because I was looking for like the first appearance of Longshot for a long time, and I just now found one in like a dollar bin within this year.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is.
That goes back to that whole patience thing. Like, if you wait long enough, you'll find a good price for the books you're looking for.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll be sending you the Bukkake real soon, Pope. Real soon.
so this is
in your teacup.
I pick up all the time now.
It's gonna look a lot like that.
At least they had like the UPC code for like the digital like Deadpool movie. Like I could scratch it off the cup.
The great legend has joined us now. We got Mr. Rigamortis 86 has popped in as well. What's up, guys? Welcome to
Cheers, guys. Welcome to the show.
So yeah, good times, good folks. Good to see everyone tonight. Thanks for everyone hanging out in the chat, visiting with us. While we talk, our latest topic is going to be Bukkake. That's our new thing. We're going to have a segment every week. We're going to have GPAP on just to pop in and show off the Bukkake covers as often as possible.
Yeah, we'll just do an update. As I'll keep you posted throughout the week how many issues I have, and then we just do Bukkake update, just like the
Bukkake update. Like, we'll have like the newscast noise in the background, like doo.
Did you just upgrade your shades to fucking like? I don't know what just happened. Like
we just had a Bukkake update.
Did you just come back from 1993 playing baseball? I gotta understand.
No, Rick and Mortis said I blew his mind because I didn't have my shades on.
Yeah, I was gonna mention it earlier, but I realized that. I mean, given the situation, I'm not surprised.
So I just grabbed like the closest shades that were near me, and they just happened to be like motorcycle sunglasses.
I think next week's show we should do topless.
Let's do it right now. Like, why wait? Give the people what they want, JP.
Is that what they want? They want nude variants and topless co-host or host.
GPAP, hold up the Bukkake cover while we take our shirts off.
He's like, I got 3 of them right here.
Don't you close your eyes.
Farley's Nerd Cave is there. Do you guys like to listen to music when you read your books?
I do sometimes.
What do you guys listen to when you read your books? What do you like?
I listen to a lot of screamo, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I like to listen to Tool. I like to have Tool playing in the background.
Yeah, that's cool. Very cool. Yeah, I think I like listening to a band called Boards of Canada. I don't know if anybody or Godspeed You Black Emperor.
Oh, Black Emperor, wow.
Yeah, it Explosions in the Sky, Set Guitars to Kill. All these guys with no vocals. I love it. No vocals, and it's just kind of heavy experiment, ambient, and it's awesome to read books too.
I'll say, like, speaking of playing music, like when you say that, like, a shout out to Pope C who's in the chat. Like a lot of times when he's showing off his books, he'll kind of have an artist playing in the background, and I don't know, man, it's kind of weird. Like, kind of sets the mood of like today we'll be listening to blah 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 blah, and then he'll show his comic books, and I don't know. I think it's kind of cool to, because you kind of get introduced to like a different, like whatever music while you're getting these, it's just one of those little extra like things you add, like that's added to a show, which is pretty cool.
Pope said he likes to listen to Kiss.
I knew you would guess.
And he's nodding to me, but Kiss, I would probably what I would read Kiss to would be like Howard the Duck or something like that. That's about it.
I think because I read
Yes, when he
dark titles. Oh, sorry. I spoke over you.
Don't you ever do that again.
I will. But I read mostly like dark titles, you know, like the Venoms and things of that nature. The current Venoms and indie books that are kind of dark. So I think my choice of music, I have a playlist that's kind of like I don't know, like it's screamo is the only thing I can really call it because it's got screaming in the background, kind of hard riffs, you know, stuff like that.
There's a website called Tabletop Audio, and now it's meant for, you know, playing board games, tabletop board games, and there's all different kinds of stuff: horror, fantasy, just background music, weird shit, battle scenes, superhero stuff, monster stuff, and yeah, it's pretty good. You should go check it out. It's called tabletopaudio.com.
Tabletopaudio.com.
Yep.
No, that's really cool, man, because I mean, like I work in theater and like I'm all about ambiance. Like, and I try to explain to like people that like, you know, like I try to explain to the students that, you know, you have to think about sound too. Because like a lot of people won't notice that when they come see a show, sometimes we'll have like a light melody or a light sound playing over the speakers while like the whole show's going on.
Mhm.
And then they don't realize it, you know, like when like something we wanted accented in the play, like we'll raise the volume of like certain noises and shit, and like, you know, it's all about the ambience, man. Like,
Yeah, so like, you know, you get Jacques' book from Image, Witches. Yeah, I tell you, put on some creepy wind music that's on like some howling wind music on YouTube with some ambient white noise stuff. Turn off the lights, grab a flashlight, read the Jacques Witches like that. By the end of it, you're just gonna be like, need a cigarette or something. Yeah.
Dude, like I was so pissed off. Like, people keep saying that it's gonna be a television show. Like, it fucking needs to happen.
Oh, Witches?
Yes.
The Scott Snyder one? Jock?
Yeah, man, goddamn, that's fucking awesome.
And-
In fact, that's one of the books that got me like kind of introduced back into comic books.
Postal is supposed to happen as well. There's a lot of stuff that they have, and yeah.
Fucking Revival. That shit would be fucking top notch.
Oh, yeah. Oh god.
That little teaser that they did for that shit. Yes.
I didn't even know there was a fucking teaser.
Oh my gosh, they threw it out there like last year. That shit is legit, man. I was just like, dear God, I don't know what's going on, but sign me up.
Now they've done a teaser for Lock and Key as well, right? So that should be happening soon.
I thought isn't that going to Netflix?
Don't know, but it'll be good and creepy. One that they announced a long time ago that they were supposed to do and they didn't do, and I wasn't into this book myself, but I know people who read it, they love it, is Chew.
Yeah.
And Chew was supposed to be developed into a show, but
my favorite horror comic would be Harrow County.
Yeah, people. I haven't read that, and people love it.
Some dark
like,
shit.
What was the other one? Baltimore. What am I saying?
If there's gonna be like a horror book, I want to see Clean Room made into a show.
Here you go.
Like, Clean Room is fucking awesome. Like that. Like,
that was what, Gail Simone, right? Jenny Thurston.
Yeah. Oh god, mine. Like, it's fucking good.
Well, one I regret not picking up is, I think I heard from you, was the Ice Cream Man. Yeah, I wish I had got on that a little bit earlier. That's exactly.
I couldn't even do it. Like when that shit first came out, it was fucking gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it was gone. Like at my comic book shop. Like, I mean, you didn't even have a chance. That shit was gone, and like all the fucking like, you know, Midtown, what my comics, they were gone. Like, they were like just fucking sold out when Ice Cream Man. I don't know what the deal was with it, but
it's good story. Good story writing, man.
I don't know. I didn't get it. I didn't get a chance to fucking read
If you say so. If you say so.
So I've just been like listening to all these people like, man, I got 5 copies of Ice Cream Man #1. And I got the variants, and I'm like, fuck you guys. I hate you.
Fuck
you know what? That's right, drink the pea cup.
I will. Chug.
Angry. I'm angry.
Anger is all this peas in my throat.
That's what GPAP was talking about, that fucking anger and jealousy when someone has a fucking book that you don't have.
You know, there was
Like, man, I'm gonna stop watching your shit because, like, you know,
here, listen. Set your own pace, man. Set your own pace, because
you're not telling me how to drink my beers, G-Pal.
you eliminate so much shit though. Like, you're like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna take DC off my map. I'm not gonna collect that. This is me now. I took it off my map. Don't have to worry about it. Now, I don't get any modern books. That's good, cool. I'm focusing on my Marvel, awesome. And then I'll have a couple of artists that I'll pick up, and that's about it. And it's easy to collect. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to stress. I don't need. That's great. Somebody else has that Batman, blah blah blah, or that, whatever. I don't care. About my collection. It doesn't affect me. I think we've all had that dream where, you're asleep or and you think about finding this big ass collection, and it's got everything in it and stuff like that. And then you wake up and it hits you, you don't, and then you're reminded of all the books you don't have.
So you wake up and you find out that it was real and it was Silver Age Dave that fucking did it. And you've seen it on the video. Oh, speaking of which, I got to go back and watch that fucking crackhead video that he.
I had it up, and then I got distracted with my children and didn't get a chance to finish it. So I failed.
How can you let your children get in the way of you watching a crackhead video with Silver Age Dave? How dare you, sir? No, but I mean, I got what you're saying. And I mean, I feel good when someone and that's why I enjoy watching YouTube videos. I mean, even if I didn't for the ice cream man, at least it, someone shows it on the video. I get to see it on the video, and then they say it's a good book. Whatever, if I want to, I'll get it on trade back if it's a good book,
Yeah.
I mean, and especially with Image, that they're good with their first trade back. So I know their first volume is going to be $9.99. So Image is pretty good with their first. I think all their volume ones are $10 or something like
that. They go up to 14 after that or whatever, but still a good start. $10.
It's still good though. It's kind of oh, let's hey, if you didn't like it, you only spent $10, so you're still good.
Yeah, that's 5 issues per book. So I mean, I think that's still pretty damn cheap. So
I've got East of West, Morning Glories, Outcasts, some Walking Dead. I think that's from Image.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah,
from East to West is a pretty cool book.
Oh yeah, man!
I love Dragauta's artwork.
Mm.
It's gorgeous.
I fucking love that shit.
You have any books you want to show off this week, Mr. Grimester?
Oh yeah, I still got some books to show. I do feel like I have to show this again for the people that may have missed it.
For those who weren't here earlier,
Mr. Crinkle, tell me why. Mr. Crinkle, tell me why. For those who don't know who Mr. Crinkle is, it's a Primus song, and I think that looks like that Porky Pig looks like Les Claypool dressed up as a pig person. But I also picked up the Labyrinth Coronation #6, which is I got 2 copies of this one because it's what's her name, Sarah Tanaka, that does the covers for Monstrous, which is a pretty cool Image book. And this was, I guess, the regular cover, the A cover. But I mean, it's a pretty cool storyline. It's basically kind of talking about how the Bulge, David Bowie, aka the Goblin King, became the Goblin King in the first place. So it's pretty cool. And I picked up this was Stephanie Hahn's the Buffy cover, which I thought was pretty good.
That was nice.
So I nabbed it. I wanted to check this out. It's called Artifact 1. It's an Aspen Comics. I really like the cover to it. And it's issue 0, but it was only $1.50.
$1.50?
$1.50. So I'm gonna give that a good read, but I think it's I really dug the artwork. And I picked up the Magic Order. I didn't get issue 1, but I got issue 2. I got the other cover of issue 2.
Let's see that other cover, issue 2.
This one?
No. Yeah, that's nice looking. Very cool.
Like when I first saw this cover, like at a quick glance, I thought that was like the Shredder.
Oh no shit! Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Because of like the black and white, like some old school Ninja Turtle shit. And then I got the Flesh Blanket cover.
Oh, your favorite Flesh Blanket.
And then of course you had to get the Flesh Blanket in color.
Thank you, C. Woodard, for putting GPAP's.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, he took care of it, so I appreciate that.
I also found from Midtown X-23 number 6. I'm a big fan of Miss Sinister.
Yeah, you are.
Whipped pretty cool cover.
Like, why can't all torturous women be dressed like that? I mean, just throwing it out there. Like, I'd be open to being kidnapped if that were the kidnapper. Just saying, ladies.
Ladies. Ladies. I'm gonna have to make a milk carton for fucking JP. Like,
yes.
He's like, I don't want to be found.
Don't find me. I don't want to be found.
You have to like make like beer like kegs with your face printed on it. Have you seen this man? But at my local comic book shop in the dollar bins, I found X Factor number 50, some Liefeld and McFarlane. Goodness. I picked up the Silencer number 1. It was in the dollar bin, and I figured, at least give it a chance. See what's it about. Found Sideways number 1 in the dollar bins.
You mean Spider-Man?
Yeah. Spider Punisher.
I had to. I can't not do that.
And something down my alley, The House of Mystery number 1.
That's a sweet cover, man. I love that the art right there.
Yeah, that whole run has really nice art in it. And you get that annual too. You do the annual, get the first appearance of iZombie, which is pretty sweet.
Nice.
Yep.
Kind of a cool show.
And just because Bad Avenger was showing this, and like, it is a beautiful cover.
It is.
Miss Marvel 13. And while I found that, I found 2 copies of Miss Marvel number 1.
Oh, nice. Legend is shouting out some people in the chat, man. He's shouting out some GPAP. He's shouting out some Gamma Comics popped in the chat.
Hey, now.
See that dude in a minute.
Gamma, one of the original 4 awesome guys.
Gangster.
I was one of the original 4 awesome guys, man.
And then I picked up Spider-Man 2099, some Matina covers.
Hell yeah, those are sweet.
And it was really cool because it's $1.
Are you going for that run or what?
Yeah, I'm going to, because they all look pretty badass.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't go wrong with a buck.
That's right.
Exactly.
And then I found Secret Invasion Dark Reign. It's a one-shot. I picked up Thunderbolts number 1, Reason and Madness one-shot.
Thunderbolts and Madness.
That's exactly every time. That's the song that pops in my head every single time. And I always thought this was pretty crazy because I always think that Sook kind of reminds me of like an Adam Hughes. and I picked up this Countdown Presents #1. It's the search for Ray Palmer. But like, tell me that his artwork, if it kind of reminds you a little bit of Adam Hughes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would say in the middle there, that is that Batwoman? It looks like Adam West with tits. I'm just saying. It does. I mean, I don't know.
So are you trying to say you're hot for Adam West? Quick, the shark repellent. Like, oh.
Oh my gosh.
I just like shut down every time with the cocky.
I picked up a couple of books as well. I picked up. I went to see Collection, and the guy really didn't have a whole lot. He had some Marvel Ages, which is cool. I want to collect these. So half of them I paid. Got like 43 issues of Marvel Age for $20, and over half of them were cut up in the middle. There were pages cut out and shit. But this one wasn't, which was good. So this is the little gem in the lot of them. But then for $20, I picked up 10 copies of
Domino.
Yeah, why not, right? So
it's a $30 book or 300 slab.
right. We can make it out of thin air, Gene Paul Ace Peter. Thin air.
Telling you, man, the money's in the air. You just have to reach up and grab it.
It's all you, all about comics. It's all you, Pope.
Oh, you heard it straight from GPAP. It's all about us.
What else I got? Oh shit, I'll show you one. There's a little spec book for people if they want. Go get Slingers #1. Anything to do with Peter Parker, apparently with Hydro Man going anything. Okay, right? You got the first appearance of the Hornet and Prodigy and Ricochet, and these were during what was it? Identity Crisis 2 or something like that. I forget what it's called, but yeah, first appearance there. It's a Wizard issue 0. Bunch of first appearance. You can find it for like $2-3. Go get it. Go get it. Take it home with you.
I think another hot book this week is the Sentry, right?
Well, you know, that Sentry book that was always, man. During Civil War, it was a hot book, and I've been after it for a while. It's not an easy book to come across, but the Jeff Lemire's, I am reading the new Sentry. I think it's going to be a 5-issue.
Nice.
And yeah, Jeff Lemire is really good on it.
Got some more shout outs here in the chat. We got Punisher Comics is with us tonight. Count Von Strange the 4th is with us tonight.
Captain Von Strange.
Count Von Strange, talking about horror earlier. That guy has a lot of horror stuff on his channel.
Oh yeah, I've checked out his channel multiple times.
Speaking of Evan, he's in the chat there, Mr. GPAP.
Yeah, Evan is legendary. I love the guy. Awesome.
It's cool to see everybody out tonight. Appreciate it as always. Make sure you guys love each other, love on each other, sub each other, hug each other, high five each other, do whatever it is to make you happy. Except hate on each other. No hate. That's my sermon for this week. All love, all the time.
Love all the time.
We don't drink the Kool-Aid. We drink the Kool-Aid.
Everyone, everywhere. We drink the Kool-Aid for you. Kool-Aid.
Literally have Kool-Aid right there because Evan also sent me some Kool-Aid. So this is how we roll.
That's fucking better than like the comics. Nah,
just kidding. It's better than issue 2.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I'll send you another package with Kool-Aid Man #2 in it. Don't you worry.
That book is hot as shit right now.
This is just straight up Kool-Aid. You can send me some sugar and I'll make some Kool-Aid.
I heard they're
that's my next video. That's gonna be my next video.
Kool-Aid Man.
And I also got these, Not Brand Deck #14, carrying on with the legacy thing. I wonder how Marie Severin felt about this title. Did they do it justice? Did she like it?
You'll never know.
I'll never know.
Sorry, bro.
Yep.
Way to be.
That's that. Yeah. So thanks for everybody for tuning in tonight. I am closing this shit down. I'm too damn upset now.
He's got to go tend to his fainting goats.
Oh shit, man! You can't get like you can't get better things like tonight. You know, you get Kool-Aid and shit like that on the show. That's great. Comics and cold ones doesn't always have to be beer. Drink your Kool-Aid, kids. Drink your Kool-Aid.
But only out of your pea cup.
Yeah, I can't believe I never noticed that until you pointed it out. Freaking pea cup. Oh well.
It's kind of funny because you're like, what the hell's a pea
Might
cup?
get a shot in there or not. You guys see my new commission wall I'm working on behind me here? I got a big piece that's going to go up and above that. I mean, it's super classy with the thumbtacks and all, but you know, it displays well to my white wall. So enjoy the viewing pleasure. I recommend all those artists. Even the one who doesn't even talk anymore. I don't even know if she even does any comics anymore, but that sweet X-23 one, that would be Stacey Lee. She was hot for a minute with those silk covers. That was my last drop of pee, folks.
What's going on in the chat?
Apparently anything is better than duck butter.
Guys, I had like legend. I had to tell my wife what duck butter was.
Oh, no.
She was like, "What's all this talk about duck butter?" I was like, "Well,
Then
it all started with Magic the Gathering."
and then later he showed her what a donkey punch was. What a great night.
Yeah. Like, that's the only way I can go to sleep, man. Donkey punching.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, thanks there, Comics Misexplained. I have a few more that aren't up there yet, but they'll be up there eventually. Just in time for the house to burn down. You know, no big deal.
Man, fucking duck butter, man. We are a bunch of sick individuals. Like, it's kind of like once we'll drop some like comics we want to show and talk about, and then all of a sudden it's just like, hey, what else is there to talk about? You know,
Yeah,
like,
you guys are disgusting. You guys really are just disgusting human beings.
we discussed you. I got you.
You guys make me sick.
Sometimes you just have to let it rain, man. Sometimes you just have to let it rain.
They couldn't even put it blue. They couldn't even, like, editors couldn't even be like, just a hint of blue, because, you know, it kind of looks like, they're like, you know, no, just run with it. Make it pearly white. Just run with it.
Like, this book is going to sell. Trust me.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything else you want to touch on tonight? If not, it would be about time to wrap it up.
Well, I just have a few more books.
By all means, share.
I found the Helmet of Fate. Some Black Alice. I found this Conan the Cimmerian, like, number 0.
Nice.
So it looks pretty. I like the artwork on it. Looks pretty cool. Found a Batgirl number 1, year 1. Never even seen this before. So, gonna check that out. I like the artwork on this. It's Countdown Arena number 1. It has like the different Batmans attacking each other.
Those are sweet.
And this is probably my favorite find. And it was Secret Invasion Inhumans. And just a nice cover of Medusa.
Medusa, my girl.
That is nice. Who's doing that?
I wasn't quite sure. Let me find out. Let me crack this CGC open. This 9.4.
Well, while you're cracking that open, I'm just going to say there will not be an off air tonight. I have to be up super early for work, so I apologize for those who like the after parties. But right now, the after party can't happen with my current lifestyle. I got kids to get ready for school, man.
Well, same here, man. I have a kid and work, so I feel
I have 35.
My daughter doesn't go back to school till the first week of September.
Oh, that's why it's a Sajic cover. It's a Steven Sajic cover.
Oh,
Right.
Stefan Sajic.
Stefan Sajic.
I love his work, man. Love that guy. I don't love that guy. I love the guy's artwork because I don't know the guy.
I love the guy. Love the guy. I could do without his work.
him and his wife, they're both artists, I believe. Linda, I think her name is.
It is now.
It is Linda Sajek.
Well, I used to believe in a lot of things too, JP. Just because you wish it so.
I put it in the universe. There it must be. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything you want to go over before we shut her down?
Why not? I just want to thank GPAP for hanging out with us, man. It's really cool.
Yes, thank you for having me on.
Heck yeah, man.
It's been
Anytime.
fun.
You're like a wealth of knowledge, man. You got more comic book knowledge than I'll ever have. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah, man. And I always enjoyed like chatting with you, like in the hangouts and stuff. So I mean,
Thanks, man. Yep, I'm always available for the most part. Sometimes, actually, hit me up. Make sure I'm good. But
make sure you got the Bukaki.
I will always want to. I will always want to. Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. It's been fun.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone in the chat. It was good to see new people out tonight. There were several new people that I haven't seen in the chat before, so that's cool. Appreciate that. Appreciate the support from the folks in the comic book world. And of course, thank you as always, Mr. Pope and Mr. GPAP. I appreciate you. I'm sure we'll talk again. Otherwise, it was nice knowing you. I'm just kidding.
We've got the countdowns to do. We've got the countdowns. You're going to be seeing me every week.
That's true. This would be a special segment. But all right, well, you guys have fun in the chat, and you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.